At least 2 people were killed and close to 24 others injured as Russian forces carried out aerial attacks against Ukrainian cities overnight into Tuesday.
In an exclusive interview with Euronews, Kaya Kallas announces duties on Israeli goods.
At least 69 Palestinians were killed on Tuesday as Israel launches its long-threatened military offensive in the north of the enclave to occupy Gaza City. At least 2 people were killed and 18 others injured after Russian forces targeted the southeastern city of Zaporizhzhia overnight into Tuesday. Regional Governor Ivan Fedorov said 2 children, including a 4-year-old, were among the injured. The city was targeted by at least 10 strikes, hitting mostly civilian infrastructure, according to Ukraine's State Emergency Service. Videos shot at the scene showed firefighters tackling massive blazes in private homes and high-rise buildings. Elsewhere, Russian strikes also targeted an industrial complex in the capital region Kyiv, causing significant damage and creating an environmental hazard. 4 warehouses and over a dozen vehicles were damaged in those attacks, though no civilian casualties were reported. The Kremlin also targeted an educational institution in the northeastern city of Kharkiv, injuring at least 2 people. The impact of the strike damaged the roof of a building, sparking a fire covering an area of around 150 meters.
German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has rejected Poland's renewed demands for reparations. Steinmeier welcomed Polish President Karol Nawrocki with military honors in front of his official residence, Bellevue Palace. The demand for reparations has gained new urgency in the light of the recent violations of Polish airspace by Russian drones. Poland may need its neighbor Germany more than ever before. Germany's Commissioner for Polish Affairs, Knut Abraham, warns against straightening German-Polish relations.
Was wir jetzt wirklich nicht brauchen, wäre eine Schwächung des deutsch-polnischen Verhältnisses durch eine Reparationsdebatte, von der bekannt ist, dass Deutschland das Kapitel für wirklich abgeschlossen hält.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz reaffirmed this position during a conversation with the Polish president at the Chancellery. Abraham hopes that a modern interpretation of the concept of reparations and compensation can be found.
Ich könnte mir vorstellen, dass eine gemeinsame deutsch-polnische Initiative zum Schutz der kritischen Infrastruktur in der Ostsee ein Projekt wäre, wo man eben gemeinsam etwas schafft.
As serious as the Russian threat is, it also brought Germany and Poland closer together.
Und natürlich, die äußere Bedrohung bringt uns im Innern stärker zusammen.
Können Sie erklären?
Wir sind, und das macht uns diese Bedrohung deutlich, wir sind Teil einer Schicksalsgemeinschaft. Und in dieser Schicksalsgemeinschaft müssen wir uns und wollen wir uns gut verstehen. Ja, und wir müssen aber auch dafür sorgen, dass dieser Schatz, der in 35 Jahren entstanden ist, eben nicht durch eine letztlich nicht notwendige Diskussion erschwert wird.
Berlin and Warsaw thus face a new challenge, finding common answers in the present.
Der polnische Präsident Karol Nawrocki fordert 1,3 Billionen Euro von Deutschland als Wiedergutmachung für die Gräueltaten der Nazis im Zweiten Weltkrieg. Gleichzeitig will Polen Sicherheit gegen die wachsende Bedrohung aus Russland. Eine Belastungsprobe für die deutsch-polnische Beziehung. Deutschland hat Sicherheitsgarantien angeboten. Wie sich die Beziehung zwischen Polen und Deutschland weiterentwickeln wird sich nicht nur auf die Freundschaft der beiden Länder auswirken, sondern auf die Sicherheitslage in ganz Europa. Diana Resnick aus Berlin für Euronews.
French President Emmanuel Macron welcomed Poland's new head of state, Karol Nawrocki, this Tuesday afternoon at the Élysée Palace, right behind me in Paris. It's the Polish president's very first trip to France after taking office in August, and it comes at a highly sensitive time. Both leaders discussed a wide agenda, but security was really a front and center. Only a few days ago, 19 Russian drones crossed into Polish airspace. Warsaw insists that this incursion was deliberate, and European allies have rushed to respond. France has sent 3 Rafale fighter jets to help secure NATO's eastern flank. Germany and the UK have also sent Eurofighter patrols. The talks also touched on EU policy. Both presidents discussed Mercosur, the controversial free trade agreement between the EU and 4 South American countries. Both presidents are against it as they believe that it could undercut European farmers. And Nawrocki even argued this Tuesday that it could benefit Russia through fertilizer exports because these South American countries tend to see Russia as a desirable trading partner. Sofia Katzenkova reporting from Paris for Euronews.
The European Commission is proposing to impose duties on products coming from Israel as a response to the war in Gaza. In an interview with Euronews, EU High Representative Kaja Kallas explained the details of the proposal she is putting on the table this Wednesday.
One of them is suspension of the trade part of the association agreement. We have a trade of 42.6 billion euros with Israel in 2024. So it is a significant amount. And when it comes to the preferential treatment, then 37% of that trade really has the preferential treatment. So definitely this step will have a high cost for Israel.
So just to confirm, 37% of 42 billion is what's on the table?
It's the preferential treatment under this association group.
So goods coming from Israel will have duties applied to them?
Yes.
This proposal requires backing from a qualified majority of member states, meaning it needs the support of a major country like Germany or Italy to succeed. Both have previously blocked all EU proposals against Israel, but Kallas is calling on them to back this one.
My question to all counterparts, because it's not only Germany, was that if you agree on the diagnosis that the situation is extremely grave, the situation is disastrous, and untenable, then the question is, what do we do about this? If you don't support these measures, then what measures can you support? Bring alternatives.
For Kallas, the EU does have quite a lot of weight over Israel, as it is the country's largest trading partner. You can listen to the full interview on the Europe Conversation.
At least 69 Palestinians were killed on Tuesday as Israel expands its offensive in Gaza City. Arabic media outlets quoting medical sources on the ground say the death toll from Tuesday's attacks has surpassed 90. The attack comes as Israel declared the start of its long-threatened operation in Gaza City, which seeks to occupy the biggest urban settlement in the Strip.
אנחנו מרכזים מאמץ התקפי בעיר עזה, שימשך ככל שידרש על פי תוכנית סדורה ומתפתחת, עד להשגת מטרות המלחמה. כעת אנחנו אוחזים בחלקים נרחבים משטחי העיר עזה. זאת לאחר פעולות עצימות של צה"ל בשבועות האחרונים בשכונות זייתון, שייח' רדואן וג'באליה.
The IDF estimates that approximately 350,000 of Gaza City's roughly 1 million residents were forcibly evacuated on Tuesday. In a meeting with military generals, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel is working on removing even more of the remaining residents.
במטרה כמובן להשיג את הכרעת האויב, אבל במקביל גם לפנות את האוכלוסייה. ואנחנו עושים מאמצים כרגע לפתוח צירים נוספים כדי לאפשר פינוי מהיר יותר של האוכלוסייה העזתית, להפריד אותם מהטרוריסטים שאותם אנחנו רוצים לתקוף.
International condemnation has poured in following the announcement of the commencement of the operation. The European Union's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, said the operation will increase human suffering and, quote, mean more death. She also announced that the European Commission will present measures on Wednesday to pressure the Israeli government to change course.
The EU and India are aiming to finalise a historic free trade agreement soon, with security and defence set to play a key role in the EU-India strategy the European Commission will present on Wednesday. Sunil Prasad, Secretary-General of the EU-India Chamber of Commerce, says he is certain that the FTA will be signed between Delhi and Brussels before December, with a strong focus on the defence industry.
They are also discussing with India on the defence cooperation, particularly on manufacturing. India wants to become manufacturing hub. It's perfectly fine. But at the same time, India needs support from the European Union on this. India cannot alone become a manufacturing hub.
For both sides, signing the FTA is seen as crucial to boost strategic and defence cooperation and to help ensure a stable, safe and open Indo-Pacific region. India is also asking the EU for more support in its fight against terrorism, which Delhi claims is coming from Pakistan.
It's probably one of the worst kept secrets in Brussels that there is a very strong political alignment that we should have an agreement with India, whatever the cost. And given that our most important export market, which is United States, has basically disappeared down into a void.
Last week, the EU's Political and Security Committee, which brings together ambassadors from all 27 member states, met senior Indian officials to discuss counter-terrorism, maritime security, and defence and space industrial cooperation.